much do you think this rest is going to help you guys kind of just moving forward to take on a team like the Jets?
I mean, hopefully it helps a lot. We'll see. I mean, at this point in time in the season, everybody's beat up and bruised. You know, it's just a mental toughness. You know, who's the most resilient, and who has the most fight inside of them. But you know, I mean, even with the extra couple days, you know, it's still, you know, whatever week it is in the season, you know, it's all hard to want to.
How happy are you guys just to be back home?
I'm very happy to be back home. You know, our fan base is, I mean, they bring a lot of energy on game day and make it a lot more fun when you make plays. You know, when you make a big play and the crowd goes crazy, that's a special feeling. So, you know, never take that for granted. And so being home, you know, looking forward to it. Hopefully make a lot of plays and win this ball game.
What did you say to Alec when you found out that he was going to be nominated for the second time for the Walter Payton?
You know, I haven't talked to him yet. I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but I'm going to definitely give him his congratulations. I mean, he's such a great guy. You know, a force on the field, a force in the locker room as a leader. You know, and obviously he's doing great stuff in the community, and just you know, a guy that I admire a lot.
He said he didn't know. He didn't know if you knew, but he heard you speak. You won the Man of the Year award, and he said you were a real inspiration in what he thought he could do as a player in the NFL.
Wow. That's awesome. That's I mean, that's why, you know, that's what you do it for, right? You know, when I won and you know, I had to get up there and give a speech, like the main motivation was to inspire people to do more, you know, and so for to hear that, you know, that's pretty sweet. That's what it's all about.
He was like a rookie. He was there for something else, but he was probably obviously, you know, maybe in awe of you, or maybe like, you know, he didn't want to go up to you. So now that you know, how cool is that?
It's very cool, you know. The fact that he's a rookie is crazy. You know, it has been a while though, but I'll say that you know, he's just a guy I admire, and you know, to have any kind of influence, you know, on the next generation, the younger people, to go out there and to do great things in the community, it's a great honor. You know, obviously there's a lot of people that are in need in this world, and for us, you know, who are you know, extremely fortunate and blessed and be able to play this game. Sometimes, like, you know, especially, you know, when, you know, football isn't going the way you want it to go sometimes, you know, being in the community, you know, just put things in perspective. You know, we still have this incredible job. We still have the ability to impact people and affect lives, you know, and so it's a great feeling, and I'm very happy for him. You know, I think he's very worthy of the nomination, and you know, I hope he wins it all.
We've talked about the importance of the pass rush on getting home to Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure you played against him before. Why is it so important for you guys to be kind of coming after him on Sunday?
Yeah, you know, I feel like every game is important for pass rush, but when you have a quarterback that can make every throw and has done it 1,000 times before, you know, you got to try to make him uncomfortable. So you got to get in his face, you got to get him off the spot, you have to get him, you know, just kind of in positions that he doesn't want to be in. Now, we also make plays in uncomfortable situations too, so, you know, he's kind of a guy that you have to always worry about, you know, but we give ourselves the best chance to win by getting him off the spot, getting to him, getting him down, hitting him, and, you know, I think that's, you know, I mean, that's always a formula in my mind. You know, I like to have influence and know that, you know, we're the reason why we're winning ball games, and so we have to get to them early and often.
Claire, I'm curious if you have any thoughts on the college football playoffs and you getting slighted.
Yeah, I've been having some disagreements with some of my friends that play for other teams like Alabama, and you know, I feel a certain kind of way. You know, I think that you know, Miami should be in the playoffs. I think that the team is capable of beating anybody, you know, and we can put up points at the highest level. And, you know, obviously the selection committee has a tough job on their hands because there's so many teams that feel like they're worthy. But I don't see how you can watch Miami every game and think they're not one of the best 12 teams and have a chance to compete for a national championship. I just don't see it. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you can't cry over spilled milk, you know, and we should have, you know, won those games. But, you know, you lose 2 games against teams that are pretty good teams, you know, on the road, you know, last second, you know, I mean, they're close ball games. You know, it's not like you got dominated like some teams did, you know. You know, we just, you know, lost a tough ball game on the road, which is, you know, turnovers and everything that played a role. You know, now, I guess people say that we don't have any big wins, but you only beat what's on your schedule. You know, you can't go and schedule, you know, better competition so you can beat better people. You just got to beat who's in front of you. But I think that even the way I wish Georgia Tech would have beat Georgia. They had it going. And Georgia, kid made a heck of a play on that 4th and 1, forcing that fumble because he got the first down, but he forced a fumble and gave his team a chance to win, and they found a way to win it 8 overtimes. And so you got to take a half to them. But I think if Georgia Tech wins that ball game, I think they can't not put Miami in. But it's just circumstantial football. That's how it is.
So how much has this been talked about?
What does Mr. Hand say?
I mean, I haven't actually talked to him directly, but I talked to a lot of other guys that play for Alabama. I've been going back and forth. I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach, but it's football. At the end of the day, control what you can control. You win your ball games, you got to worry about it. You make it hard on yourself when you lose. So, I think that team right there is good enough to win that championship this year. And I said they've come a long way because you used to feel that way, So it's good to be back in that kind of mentality. Maybe they come to light one more week and they fix their mistake. But if not, it's still cool to see that we have a shot.
Has the topic come up with Tua and Waddle, or only with Deshaun Hand?
No, a bunch of guys. I've been talking to all the guys that I played with before that play for Alabama. I've been pretty much. Anybody I know to play Alabama, I've been picking a fight with because I feel like we should be in before them, But it is what it is.
What do you think of Chop getting this matchup against Olu Fashanu, his former college teammate?
I think that's very beneficial for us, because he has familiarity with him, and that's one of the biggest things that rookies don't really have, And so it kind of allows him to be more of a vet for this week, and hopefully it pays off. Obviously, it goes both ways because he also is familiar with Chop too all the time they practice and stuff. So we'll see how it goes, but I like our chances because Chop he's developing to be a pretty good player. He's getting his confidence. You can see he's getting where he wants to be. So I'm excited for him.
One last thing on the Miami thing. Does 3 losses for Alabama compared to 2 for Miami, does wins and losses have to factor in more to this? I know they value the SEC and probably undervalue the ACC, but does just your record have to factor more into the decision, do you think?
I think so. And I also think that the SEC this year is not the same as it's been in years past. I don't know if it's because of, the NIL, whatever it is, but the parity across the league, across all conferences has been way different. I've seen a lot of SEC teams lose early in the year when they played against teams outside the conference, and then go into the conference and dominate. So, I don't get it, but it is what it is. But I think the record should matter too. They got 3 losses, and only one of them I think is, a good loss in theory, if there is a good loss, But, once again, though, if you win, you have to worry about it. But I do think that they overvalue the SEC this year. But I guess when the playoffs come and we see, what happens, we'll see, see how it goes. But I'm an avid football fan. I love football, and I think the playoffs is a great addition. Going to 12 teams instead of 4. I think just more football, more games that matter is good for the sport. And so I'm just happy that we have these conversations. But I do wish Miami was in.
Yeah.
What sort of history might you have with Aaron Rodgers, good or bad? Any games stand out?
Quite a few. Quite a few history with Aaron Rodgers. We used to train together for a while. And so I know him personally. He also went to junior college with my brother. So I remember when my brother was in college, he was like, man, we got this guy, he's an NFL player. And I'm like, at Butte Junior College? It's like, come on, man. What? Turned out to be Aaron Rodgers, so he probably could be a scout because he knew what he was looking at. And then, competing against him on the field, I've probably played against him I don't know how many times. It's a big handful, and I feel like it's been kind of back and forth, of course, but there's definitely a couple games that stand out. I did get to him 3 times one game, so that was kind of nice.
I was going to ask you if you're second.
Yeah, it would be nice to get to him 3 times again. I don't know if that happened. I don't know if I get enough opportunities, these days anymore, but. I definitely, it would be nice to have a old vintage matchup, with an old-time great, one of the first old-timers still hanging around. It's a little easier for a quarterback than it is for a D-lineman, but he is still impressive. He can still make every throw. He's scrambling around back there, making guys miss, throwing the ball down the field. In moments you see brilliance. It's still like the same guy that it was, 10 years ago when we were competing.